Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. Can you
Yeah. I
can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me? Yes,
Just
yes.
turn your video on for a
Ju-
second.
Just a moment. Okay. Can you see me also?
Yeah. It is fine. Okay.
Okay.
So we will start sharp at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh, can you put my PPT here?
Uh, but now it
Not
is
not
on
initially. I
here.
mean, you have got the PPT, right?
Yeah. Everything on here. Okay.
Okay. Any test?
I already checked. Okay.
Okay. Right. Thank you. So will I be able to move the PPT from here?
Yeah, you can also.
Okay. Where is the
Uh,
symbol for that? Where is the
uh,
icon for that?
just a second, sir. Miss Neha, please you join.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Good evening.
I'll just. So, am I visible?
Yes, yes. Perfectly.
So, shall we start?
Yes, of course.
Okay. A very good evening to everyone. I, Neha Arora Chavla, on behalf of Geeta Ratan International Business School, welcome you all to the second day of MDP on Marketing Analytics. Yesterday, Professor Ghosh and Mr. Amit Tiwari gave us the introduction on marketing analytics, market segmentation, and how analytics play a transformational role in recent scenario. Today, we have with us an eminent personality, Mr. Alim Ahmed, head sales at JC Decor, India. He is a result driven, tenacious, energetic, and dynamic media business professional with an experience of more than 10 years into advertising industry. He has a vast exposure of formulating key relationships with customers, clients, and stakeholders, thus making an overall impact on revenue of the organization. Sir is also an alumni of Kamla Nehru Institute of Technology, All India Management Association, Cosmic Business School, and prestigious Mudra Institute of Communications. He started his career with Times Group and later moved to world's largest out-of-home advertising French multinational company, JC Decor Advertising, where he is leading the direct sales vertical pan-India. Sir is also a keen observer of social political developments and digital transformations happening in India in corporation landscape. We welcome you, sir. You are requested to please begin with the session.
Thank you. Thank you, Neha. Thank you for the introduction.
You're
And
welcome,
thank
sir.
you, Dr. B. S. Soti, Dr. Uma Gulati, Dr. Anup Ghosh, and all the participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
For next 1 hour, we'll be mostly talking about the marketing management. We'll be talking about segmentation. We'll be talking about targeting segmentation, and specifically, we'll be talking about the positioning part. The conversation will have two parts. One is the PPT, which I'll be running just after 2 minutes. And the second part is question answer session. That will take 15 minutes around. Precisely, I'll be completing the PPT within 45 minutes. And then after that, we can move to question answer session. Am I audible to everybody? In between, if you feel like asking any question, you can text me here at the right of the conversation maybe. And this idea of this session is giving you an insider view of the industry, an insider view of the marketing positioning or marketing establishment, etc. And this will be less about the theoretical knowledge and more about the practical knowledge. And Mr. Anup, if you can put the PPT on slideshow mode. This is the slideshow.
Yes, sir. Already it is there in the lower. You can start changing.
Okay.
Just beneath the.
Can I change the slide if I need to?
In the beneath there is the previous and as it is white against white, that's why you cannot see it. You do one thing. Just click on slide.
Okay.
And there in the right side panel, you can see previous and next.
No, I can't see that.
Okay, so let me stop first.
Okay.
Just you click on slides.
In between, quick question to everybody. What do you think a brand is? Just give me some text answers. What do you think a brand is?
Sir, you just
So
click
while
on
he's fixing up
slides.
the PPT, I'll give you a narration about the PPT. The PPT entire presentation is divided into three parts. First, we'll be talking about the evolution of positioning, the history of positioning, and then we'll be giving you some examples of good positionings and failed positionings. And then some industry insights, some insights about the ecosystem, how advertising industry works, and then we'll discuss about some case studies. I still cannot see previous or next
sir.
button. But anyways,
Actually,
I can ask you, and you can do it for me.
Yeah.
I think we can tell, sir. If you see the slide,
Mhm.
exactly in between the center of the slide at the bottom. At the bottom, just come at the end of
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
slide.
yes.
Next,
Yeah, yeah.
next, yeah,
I can see
yeah.
next. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Right. Thank you. So my question was, what do you think a brand is? So actually, a brand is what you think a brand is. So your thinking, your perception about the brand is the brand. So we'll be moving on to the next slides. And before me, I'm sure Mr. Amit, Dr. Anoop must have talked about targeting and segmentation. I'll be talking more about the positioning part. So I'll give you one practical example. You think of a restaurant or a food chain, it can be KFC, McD, anything. Before COVID, what they were talking about while they were talking about their advertisements or promotions, they were talking about taste. Now, after COVID, the restaurant is talking about hygiene. This is the positioning, if you can understand. Hello.
Sir, you are audible.
If I get verbal nods, I'll be able to know that I'm connected.
Yeah, you are connected
Okay.
very much.
Right. So let's make it a little more interactive because so positioning is creating the perception about the brand within the market segment, within the consumer. For example, a car manufacturer would like to position its car as a luxury status symbol, and a battery manufacturer would like to establish its product as, I mean, they will be talking about more about the reliability and other parts. I'll give you an idea about the history of positioning. So as you see, he is Mr. J. Walter Thompson, the founder of JWT. JWT still exists. So 1920, these are the first incidents when somebody was talking about positioning. As per him, positioning, which I mean, the people confuse positioning with brand creation, brand equity, etc. There is one more aspect of positioning. People say positioning and differentiation are one and the same thing. So I'll be talking about positioning and differentiation in later slides. So just for the time being, positioning involves advertisement, and he said advertisement as a non-moral force. That means it is up to us how we are going to use the advertisement. It is like a nuclear, like a weapon. So this is entirely different from Marx's idea of communism. This is entirely on consumer side. So he talked about advertisement, and he said that advertisement has the power of changing the perception. It has power of changing the perception. It has power of changing the. It has the ability to initiate and to elicit behavior. It can change your perception. It can, in fact, at its best, it can create movements. Mr. David Ogilvy, after JWT, Mr. David Ogilvy talked about positioning in 1950, and while in fact he worked on Dove also. So 1950, there was the second incident. Somebody was talking about positioning that time. His father of advertising, we call him. First literature of written positioning or advertisement is coming from David Ogilvy. And there is still an agency called Ogilvy and Mather, which is now Ogilvy, which comes under WPP Group. It still exists. Mr. Ulrich and Mr. Trott and Ulrich, they defined positioning properly. They talked about positioning, they gave literatures about positioning, and there was a book called The Battle of Your Mind, which was written by them. And that's the proper documentation of positioning as a term. You must be aware of segmentation, targeting, and positioning. We all, I mean, Mr. Amit, Dr. Anup must have talked about it. Segmentation, targeting part, positioning, I'm talking about. So just to give you a fresh perspective about it, or just to brush up the already having information, market segmentation works more about the market, where you'll be going to launch your campaign. The target market section or segmentation talks about where to compete, and positioning is about the method, how you're going to market, how you're going to compete. He's the founder of DDB. DDB Mudra Group still exists. I'll just quickly move from the slides. So positioning is closely related to the concept of perceived value. What you're perceiving when you're seeing something, when you are thinking of a brand. I'm giving you another example. When you're thinking of BMW, you're thinking of driving pleasure. But when somebody says Volvo, then the safety comes in mind. So this is positioning. This is how these brands have positioned themselves over the year. So if I'm going too fast on the presentation, you can ask me. I will mail you the presentation. It can be with you. At the end of the PPT, I have given my mail ID also. You can write me and I can provide it to you. Dr. Anup also can. So this is something, I mean, this is not the exact phenomena which must be written in the books, but while applying positioning, while thinking about it as a principle, there is a clear saying that try to be the first. First means you can think of Xerox as an example. And if you are not first, then you should try to be creating the new category. VWash, your P-Safe are the examples of this kind of positioning. Then again, strengthening the positioning or repositioning. 2 days back, I got this information that ABP News, which has always been ABP News, is repositioning itself as ABP Network. The same phenomena was happened in 2007 when Apple Computers positioned itself as Apple. So before 2007, they were known for creating or manufacturing best quality computers. That time also there was another competition from IBM. The positioning strategy was different from Apple's side. They were saying that my product is for creative people, is for students, is for professors and all. And IBM was clearly positioning its computers as business computers, for business people, for organizations. But in 2007, Apple changed its positioning, or you can call it repositioning, and Apple computers became Apple. And that was the time, 2007, when they launched iPhone. So they were getting prepared for a new era. They were getting prepared for being bigger than Apple computers only. So these are different type of positionings. I'm sure by taking the names only, you will get to understand. And this is written in the PPT, so you can take it from me. Preemptive positioning, superlative positioning. These prefixes are saying about the positioning, exclusive positioning within the category positioning, creating a category within the category. Then positioning by competitor strategy, positioning according to the product benefit, positioning according to the product kind of products which are being prepared or which is already there, and then the marketers are planning to position the product in the market as per the product differentiation. So as I said earlier, the differentiation works on product side, positioning works on market side. These are some errors which historically have been made in positioning. One is under positioning, not positioning strongly enough. Second one is over positioning, giving buyers too narrow picture of the product. And the last one is confused or doubtful positioning. Not giving clarity about the product, what exactly you're going to talk about, what exactly is the product, what are the main features. Maybe you're talking something different in your commercials, and when the real product is out in the market, it is different. It is something different from your commercials. Implementation of positioning. Positioning is implemented through all 4 P's of the market: product, price, place, promotion. Product, price, place, you all are aware. I'll be talking more on promotion part. So as I've already told you, differentiation is positioning. Differentiation works on product side, positioning works on market side. Positioning creates perception in the mind of the consumer. Differentiation is at product side. So these are some examples of successful brand positionings. One is, the first and foremost is your Coke. From last 125 years, this brand has positioned itself as one of the best. I mean, this can be one of the best examples of great positioning. They have always talked about happiness, joy, sharing, etc. But something happened in between when Pepsi was coming into picture long back, during the initial years of Pepsi getting placed in the market. And there was a strong livelihood towards Pepsi, and people started liking Pepsi more. And that was the only time when Coke made a mistake, and they thought, that was a very quick, abrupt decision, unthoughtful decision maybe. They launched a new Coke with a different taste. That was one of the failed example of positioning from Coke side. Rest everything in last 120 years is excellent and great. Dove, classical example. Before Dove, everything was soap. Before Dove, there was a category called soap. Now, when you see HUL, there are at least 5 categories of soap. So Dove was the start. What happened while creating the commercial for Dove, or maybe the positioning strategy, they thought of not putting a man washing his dirty hands, rather putting a soap or a product which is going to be a moisturizing soap. So rest everything became soap, and Dove outlanded the soap category. It became Dove, rest everything became soap. Apple computers, I've already given you the example of Apple computers. So before 2007, Apple computers was Apple computers. After 2007, it repositioned itself and became Apple. While parallelly, IBM was also doing the same thing before 2007. ABP network, I've already told. So this is, if you can see on top, this is the new logo of ABP network. If you can see. So ABP News, ABP, etc., is becoming ABP network. It simply means ABP is going to launch something other than the news. It can be an app, it can be a news app, it can be something in OTT, over the top platform, it can be anything. But this is going to, this organization is going to do something more than the news. There was a company in Spain who designed this new logo. Volkswagen Beetle. This is also one great example. When Volkswagen Beetle was launched in 1960, all the car manufacturers were talking about big swanky cars. And that was the time Beetle positioned itself completely differently, and they outsold every unit manufactured. BMW and Volvo, almost similar category for us, for a layman, but they are positioning themselves completely differently. BMW is always talking about driving pleasure, and Volvo is talking more about the safety. Fair price. In the journey of the brand, at times what happens, brands change their name. That's not repositioning. Fair price, while changing their name, stick to the idea of giving economical good product, and they kept this thing throughout. They changed their name twice, thrice, multiple times, but the brand positioning was as such that the core value of the brand was never diluted. As I talked earlier, there are some good examples and then there are some bad examples also. There are some examples of failed positioning. So what happens? What kind of decisions are made when positioning is going wrong, going south? So this is one example I'll show you. Positioning amnesia is one thing that brand forgets. Brand forgets what's the core value, core proposition, or core soul of the brand is, and then they do this mistake. I told you Coke. So this was the mistake from Coke side. They changed the taste of the Coke, and then there was no acceptability of the new version of the Coke. And then they had to stop the manufacturing of, producing this revised taste or new taste Coke, and they came back to the original one. Icarus paradox or overconfidence. So this is like burning your feather while chasing the sun. I can't see the photo here. Kellogg's photo is not here. Can everyone see? I don't know. I can't see. Anyways, so hello, am I there?
Yes, sir, you're there.
Yes. Okay, connected. Right. I need to check in between. So when Kellogg was launched first, initial years, they had less idea about Indian market, and they were quite confident about their product, that this has wide acceptability in all European markets, in all other markets. So they came with the similar product in India, and eating habits, breakfast habits here was different. So it was becoming soggy and all. And then they had to, in fact, the product was also very costly initially. And then they had to change the positioning, change the product itself. Now it is coming with a lot of, I don't know, I can't see the image here. Can you all see?
Sir, it's
Examples
not
of failed positioning?
the picture is not visible, sir.
When I gave the PPT, pictures were there. So this is the example of deception. You all are aware what Volkswagen did when they concealed one of the chips which was placed in the silencers of the car, and that was example of deception. Lack of change. This is great example of lack of change. Nokia, there was a time when they were the market leaders, and then because of the lack of change, Nokia reduced to 7% share only. Brand paranoia. When brand is facing tough competition from the market, and in a hurry, they launch a product because of the competition from the market without proper research and all, and then they face this kind of a situation as BlackBerry faced. So this is again brand failure from BlackBerry. Afterwards, they took some time and then they researched properly, then they launched another product, but by the time it was late. Elements of positioning, as I told you, all the marketing, 4 P's of marketing, works on positioning, all product, place, promotion, price, and advertising is one of the major part, how you are actually positioning your product. IDA model works on advertising. So positioning is coming down to advertising. Advertising works on IDA model and other models, awareness, interest, desire, action, and it persuades you to buy the product. So marketing management, positioning, advertising, and then the elements of advertising. So these are the mediums generally. You all must be aware: television, out of home industry, which I am working for, cinema, internet. Internet is broadly digital. So internet can be your digital, social listening, your SEO, SMO, digital marketing, link building, anything. Targeting, retargeting, remarketing, everything comes here. Press, the print media, and radio. Historically, these 3 have been quite evidently visible: television, print, and outdoors. Outdoor is one of the oldest medium of advertisement. In the caves of Egypt, people used to do outdoor advertisement. In the Congress election before independence, Congress painted the cows and they used them as outdoor medium. And I mean, this is historically, people painted caves, etc. Historically, one of the oldest medium. Television with the inception of television. Television became one of the prominent medium of advertisement. Print has already been there. Then radio came, and this is the new entrant, this digital thing. So what is happening? Everything is moving towards the binary thing. So digital means every screen which is connected with the internet. Where there is a screen and an internet can be used as digital format. So it can be your laptop, mobile, and then you're using a lot of apps, etc. So that comes under digital. These are broadly the main things, but what happens at times, new mediums are coming. We are not taking BTL into consideration here, activation, etc. So while you are positioning your brand, other things also come in picture, events, activations, those all. But those are not as significant as your TV or radio is, or print is, or OH is. This is one idea how the entire ecosystem of advertising works. So there are generally after 1960, in fact, agencies have existed before 1960, but after 1960, agency business came into prominence, and mostly all the advertisement were coming through an agency. So agencies, there used to be 3-4 kind of agencies, one working on creative part, one working on buying part, and then monitoring part, etc. So, but in 1960, all the agencies who were there at that time, they all were creative agencies, normally creative agencies. Buying came into picture later on. So till then, the advertisement business was more of an art. After that, now today, after inception of digital and other things, see, especially the digital part, this has become the business of, science, data, analytics. So you're doing a campaign, then you're getting analytics and reports, etc. So in this ecosystem, there are brands more reaching out to the agency, and then agencies working with publishers. Publishers can have supply side platforms, demand side platforms, etc. But publishers in digital fraternity are your Facebook and their companies, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Your Google and YouTube, Google and its companies. It can be anything. Who is TikTok was earlier a publisher. So anybody who has an interface and who can put your video is a publisher, and that is in digital's case. In outdoors, a media owner is a publisher. In print, whosoever is publishing the print is a publisher. And then the customer, how they are reaching it, they are giving you the medium, and then they're reaching to your target customers. I hope this is not too complicated to understand. This is the ecosystem. The idea was to give you a bird eye view over the entire advertising industry. So this was the case study I thought of discussing with you all. So now you know HUL has a lot of soap brands. Dove, Lifebuoy, Lux, Breeze, Liril. I mean, few they own, few they acquired. And every soap they have positioned differently. So I want you to think about it and come back to me while we are discussing about few questions. Can you hear me, Dr. Anu?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Neha. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Very well.
Is there any question you want to ask?
Yes, we have few questions that we have received. I'll just share questions one by one. First of all, the first question is impact of COVID on media industry. So if you can discuss about it.
Okay. COVID has impacted everything, everybody, every business, almost every business. Only the businesses which were dealing into the basics, food, clothes, or basic things. I mean, when you see Maslow's need of hierarchy, the basic things. So all the businesses who are dealing into basics are doing almost okay. But advertising industry as a whole is hit badly because in advertising industry, there are 3-4 players, 3-4 different channels. Your television is impacted by around 50%. So when I'm saying impact is overall revenue of the organization, and revenue which is mostly coming either through subscription or coming through advertisement. Major part is coming through advertisement. So TV is hit badly. TV is hit by 50% around. Almost 50 to 70%. Newspaper industry, this print industry was hit, and print's revenue has gone down around 50 to 70%. Now they are recovering a little. Outdoor was completely stopped because people were not moving out. There was no TG in outdoors, so outdoor. And what happens? Companies like television, print, etc. They have some content. They develop on content. They reach out to your desired TG through their content. But in outdoors, this is pure medium of advertisement. So outdoor was hit around 99 to 100%. There were companies who were not receiving even one credit. And digital, which is the new entrant. So what happened around 5 years back when digital entered in this game, in this fraternity, the advertisement industry? They were new entrants, and if you consider entire advertising revenue of India, advertising revenue and advertising industry of our country, that will be broadly 60 to 80,000 CR. So digital started gradually, they started acquiring the market gradually, but that time when you have less market coverage, you have less volume. That time, if TV was dealing into 30,000 CR business, there is some disturbance. Are you, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's better now, I think.
Okay. So I was talking about the impact. Yes, it is impacted. All the industries are impacted. Digital is less impacted because digital covers, digital is reaching you directly. I have one example to give you. All other mediums are medium. So if you consider all other mediums as TV, you can understand the medium. There is a brand, there is an advertiser, and there is a consumer. Consumer is seeing you. Consumer is getting or perceiving whatever you want to communicate to him. But in digital's case, it is like telephone. So digital is telephone. Now you're talking. Now you are involved. So digital involved everybody. Social listening is one of the most important thing what all the brands are doing. Earlier they used to do SEO, SMO, etc. But now social listening is coming into picture. So there are two companies I'll tell you. If anyone wants to understand more about the digital fraternity, how people are using ad blocks and all, and how this entire ecosystem of digital is going forward year on year. So you can see Mary Meeker report, or you can subscribe Hootsuite and We Are Social. These two players started 15 years back. One is based at Singapore, one is based at UK. So they both started around 15 years back, and they are publishing their reports country-wise. So you go to India channel, India part, and then you see the digital evolution there. Just to give you an idea on digital part, around 51% people in India today are using ad blockers. So digital as an industry is going good, but advertisement on digital is also hit. Everybody was under impression during the COVID time that digital is doing very good, but when the reports came, it was not as good as thought from the revenues point of view. Any other question? I think.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, sir, we have.
You how the COVID has impacted the overall industry.
Yes, sir, definitely. You have explained in detail. So related to that was the question: digital advertising media share and growth. So you have spoken about it.
I already explained you.
Yes.
Digital media share is now increasing.
Yes.
While you have entered into the market when there is less volume, your growth is higher. So digital was growing up to 25%, 30%, or in some cases, in some countries, up to 40%. Even the overall CAGR growth of digital was around 20%, 25%. So digital grew good, but now that phase has come when digital has acquired enough market. And I'll give you an idea to you and everybody who is participating here. There are predictions that after 2025, or maybe while we are reaching 2025, the advertising ecosystem will have two bifurcations. One place which is completely acquired by digital, the half of the entire industry will be digital, and rest half will be print, your TV, your radio, out of home combined together. So from where this growth will be coming, if somebody is reducing to half and somebody is acquiring the market, this digital is acquiring the market of print, OH, TV, everybody. In some cases, even the core media owner is starting into digital. So his venture, I'll give you an example, TV channels becoming OTT platforms. Sony launching Sony Live, which is an OTT platform. So Sony Live will be considered into digital, while Sony is conventional or TV channel. A lot of newspaper companies, your publishers, newsprint publishers, they are coming up with news applications. In short, is one example. Your Indian Express Group has come out with new news app, maybe ABP in coming days. So this part of their revenue will be counted in digital. So, and outdoors, yes, outdoor is also moving towards digital out of home. So earlier, when you're going into the airport, you're seeing screen. Earlier, these were light boxes. Now this is becoming screen. So there are programmatic advertisements. There are new ways of dynamic advertisements. So I'll give you an example how OH is becoming into digital. OH is venturing into digital OH. Earlier, there were just the displays. Now, maybe you're coming from from Bangalore, just deboarded the flight. You have entered the lobby. You have entered the arrival area, and you're seeing "Welcome Neha." So this is dynamic content which is being played on the televisions there, who were earlier light boxes. So some part of outdoor is also becoming digital. So little bit part of all the industries moving towards digital, and digital evolving from itself will be acquiring 50% market share, and rest 50% will be rest of the players.
Right,
I
sir.
hope I was able to explain you.
Sir, very well, sir. So the related question again was that future of OH advertising in media mix. So you have explained it that it will fall in the other half.
Yes,
Yeah.
OH is OH is, yes, exactly. That is one thing. OH is here to stay. In developed economies also, when you see USA or any other developed economy, you see OH being there. So maybe OH completely will convert into digital out of home. Maybe all the industries will have their blockchains, their new currencies. Maybe some new programmatic advertisements will come into place. But yes, OH will be staying in the market. OH will be there.
Right, sir.
Along with digital.
Yes, sir. And the last question is digitalization, whether it is a boon or bane.
From the creative parts, when everything is becoming binary, it's not good. But this is the future. Everything is becoming digital. Everything is becoming binary. Everything is coming into digital format. So this you have to be in pace with the entire market. Your sound system, your music system, which was earlier analog, is now becoming digital sound. So what is digital sound? It is your sound, which was earlier coming through analog channels, is now coming through digital channels. It is binary. Your set-top boxes, they were earlier communicating into analog signals. Now they're communicating into digital signals. So when everything, every aspect, every sphere of your life is moving towards digital, why not the advertising or positioning or promotions, etc. So yes, this has to come, and this will be good for the entire fraternity of advertising or marketing at large.
Okay, sir. I think that's all from the question side. We thank you so much, sir, for
Thank you.
enlightening our participants with your in-depth knowledge and helping us understand the concepts of positioning with so apt examples.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you.
Now, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce our second speaker for today's session, Dr. Uma Gulati. She is a professor marketing at Geetharathan International Business School. Ma'am has more than 6 years of industry experience in the field of marketing and 19 years of teaching experience in her industry career. 19 years of teaching experience. Yeah. In her industry career, she had major job responsibilities of making marketing strategies, understanding the customers, mapping the markets, and so on. We welcome you, ma'am.
Neha, for the introduction.
I would now request
Let me
session forward.
Yeah, definitely. First, I'll start with certain queries which has been written in chat, that why positioning. Let me tell you little brief introduction. We have just started with part 1 of marketing analytics, which starts with STP. I mean, you cannot analyze your customer, you cannot do perceptual mapping, you cannot do positioning, as Mr. Ahmed said, and Mr. Amit from Havels, he said that you cannot move forward in marketing analytics. This is part 1, friends, and definitely in future, that is in coming months, maybe we'll release the schedule shortly to you people, that we'll starting with part 2, where we will have empirical kind of thing and proper core analytics will start. Fine. So yesterday we talked about segmentation, we talked about targeting also, little bit by Mr. Amit, and positioning by Mr. Ahmed. Now we have started with first step of marketing analytics, that is perceptual mapping. Now let me start with one example. I still remember that a very famous company which you all know, Hindustan Lever, now it is Unilever. Hindustan Lever entered with the talcum powder by the name Vaseline talcum powder, and it was a great failure, I would say. The reason being, they never thought of understanding the perception, or what we say as perceptual mapping, among the brands which were already available in the market. And let me tell you, there were many brands from the house of Hindustan Lever only, like Pond's talcum powder, but they came out with Vaseline talcum powder. And let me tell you the reason, which was given by Mr. Vivek Rampal, who was business head of skincare, Hindustan Lever, that we were not able to make any distinction. When you were not able to make any distinction, why you landed up in the market? Why you have not understood the perceptual mapping? This is core part of analytics, friends, which I'm going to discuss with you people. And the reason was, it was mathematically, I'm using the word mathematics, it was mathematically proved by the customers that Vaseline talcum powder means, Vaseline is a petroleum jelly. Petroleum jelly is used for removal of cracks, one thing. Petroleum jelly is a winter care product, and when it is used for the removal of cracks, and the talcum powder is used on the neck area, then what is the name which you people have kept? And they associated Vaseline talcum powder with petroleum jelly and removal of cracks. Now you can understand, such a big company was not able to do any perceptual mapping. That means analyzing the customer's perception. Friends, it is very difficult to understand perception. Many my students of MBA keep on asking me, ma'am, how difficult it is, to understand the perception. And I'm telling you, it is so difficult that you don't understand your perception. Parents don't understand the perception of children, and you are asking a marketer to understand the perception of so many lakhs and lakhs of customers. Yes, but marketing cannot survive. Those who have come in the market without understanding the perception, they have resulted into a major failure. I don't have to say anything about Blue Pepsi. Understand Blue Pepsi. Without understanding, Pepsi came with Blue Pepsi thinking that our black Pepsi is doing very well, so they can enter the market easily. And what was the perception of the consumer? It is hardcore kerosene. It looks like a complete kerosene which is used in India, and they never thought of tasting it. So let me start with my presentation. As Mr. Amit said, I have never used slides in my 20 years of teaching, I would say. But this is just I would say a key point for me, that I should not forget anything. I have to discuss so many things, but I'm telling you, friends, marketing analytics is very wide area. So what is perceptual mapping? Perceptual mapping is a diagrammatic technique used by marketeers in an attempt to visually display the perception of customers or potential customers. Now, this positioning can be, as Sir said, see, this is the reason I was writing in chat that you cannot understand perceptual mapping without positioning, and you cannot understand without positioning as you have to understand perceptual mapping. So this positioning can be of your product. This positioning can be of your product line. It can be brand, it can be your company in relation to your competitors. Now the question comes, perceptual mapping has come, or it is derived from the word perception. I'm not going to read these slides. I'm just pointing out the keywords. But let me tell you, you should be very clear what kind of attributes you want to study. half of I do projects with my students, or I come across many research scholars also ki ma'am, I have to understand the perceptual mapping of, let's say, Dabur honey. I'm just creating an example, Dabur honey and Patanjali honey. Arey bhai, you cannot enter the market like this to understand perceptual mapping. What kind of attributes you have selected? So we are coming to analytics. See, I'm coming to that, what kind of approach you have to apply. But yes, one thing is there, don't get confused, because in some books, perceptual mapping has been referred to as positioning maps. So let me differentiate. I firmly believe, see, 20 years of teaching experience, I'm using I because lot much of research has been done, and I really don't go only by books. I'm sorry to say that Kotler's book is considered as Bible of marketing, but our Indian economy and Indian market is totally moving in a very different way. And I have written to Kotler also, sir, though I understand it is considered as Bible of marketing, that many things are totally different in India. So why I'm differentiating perceptual mapping from positioning maps? Positioning, you are very certain. You know, when I'm talking about today, you see in COVID situation, everyone is talking about immunity because they are very clear that they have to position on the plank of immunity. Fine, but perception is perception. Why? Because after all, it is based on consumer understanding, which may be right, which may be wrong. Consumer understanding, consumer in India. That's why I'm telling you, data is everywhere, and the marketeers who are able to analyze the data in a proper way through proper research, they have a win-win situation. So that's why I'm telling you, positioning, I agree, it is synonymous. In some books you will find that positioning maps and perceptual maps are same. But let me tell you that finally it is consumer understanding, which may or may not be technically correct. So I will use the word perceptual mapping. For example, I have given you the example that if you talk to consumer about the type of cars and you tell them to rate from high to low quality, they will just give their perception because they are not technically very sound. I mean, all customers. So in any case, this is perceptual mapping, and this is the reason that we have to be very careful. Friends, let me tell you, I am believing this because most of you are practitioners also. Most of you, I think, participants, we have seen their profile also. They are academicians. For perceptual map, the entire perception, which is one of the individual determinant of consumer behavior, it has to be very clear. Otherwise, you cannot carry a single research. Lot many data is there on COVID. You cannot do, for example, impulsive buying of people in COVID situation. People, they started running for ration, that they should stock the ration. Why? Because COVID is going to lead to this. So you can understand perception, but for that matter, you have to carry out extensive research, and how that I will discuss with you people. Now, why to create a perceptual map? I still remember I was actually attending one of the sessions where top people from Lintas, you can understand Lintas is a top advertising agency, and they were sitting out here, and I asked only one question: who is your tough client? And the answer was, now Dabur people, they have different advertising agency, and the answer from Lintas executive was that the toughest client is Dabur. And then I don't have to say anything, because you can understand what kind of perceptual mapping they do and what kind of promotion they do. This is the reason that Dabur has become a household name. Fine. So Dabur has changed the positioning of honey, I think 100 times. It is a small thing. Honey is honey. I mean, you don't require that every year that you have to change perceptual mapping of honey. No, positioning of honey. Sorry, not perceptual mapping, positioning of honey. But they keep on changing. Not only this, I still remember I was reading somewhere that they hired, I mean, international firms also. They spoke to strategists, think tanks, and they finally land up healthier substitute to sugar. See, this strikes in our mind actually, and people started taking with Nimbu Pani also. People started replacing it with many things, I would say. So this is how you are. Ulrise and Jack Trout, Mr. Ahmed was discussing. Ulrise and Jack Trout, who are known as father of positioning, they said it is a battle for what? Mind of consumer. और जो उस mind में brand को बिठा पाता है, he's a leader in the market. But for that matter, you have to create some perceptual mapping. You have to study perceptual mapping. So the first thing is you understand what customer is thinking. Your thinking and customers thinking should be same. Let me give you, I'm giving you example of product. You must be having, you people are all very intelligent, I would say. You are academician, due respect. But let me tell you, let me give you example of one very famous, I don't want to take the name of that hospital, one very famous hospital. They actually conducted a survey, and this was based on perceptual mapping, and that hospital was very new in bringing, I'm talking about Delhi market. They were very new in bringing the technology and the machines, and they were ready with the answer. The expected answer will come from the customer is that the nice technology and up-to-date machinery in the hospital. But it was very shocking for them. The survey result actually appeared very different for them, and the answer was a nice smile on the face of doctor and nurse. Why? Because aadhi bimari chali jati hai. So you can understand what kind of expectation management of or MD of that hospital was thinking, and what kind of perception a patient, or I would say customer, was having, that a nice smile on the face of doctor and nurse. So you have to understand, and then you have to understand what customer is thinking, whether my competitors are also thinking in the same way. See, try to understand. Again, I'm repeating, we have landed up to analytics. Till yesterday, we were making base for that. Now, every situation is in front of you, that customer thinking, your competitor thinking, and in between you are placed. Because in my previous slide, I told you, you have to catch attribute. You have to catch that attribute, that which attribute I'm going to play in the market for perceptual mapping. And then perceptual map actually helps organization to understand the thoughts, behavior of consumer, gain insight into their competition. You have to track market trends also. And finally, when you have tracked the market trends, you have to identify the gaps also. Now, this is very important. I mean, friends, let me tell you, if you talk about this slide, this itself is a one lecture, I would say, for entire analytics part. This is one lecture for entire analytics part. Using perceptual mapping in marketing is first of all related to value analysis. Now you try to understand what value analysis I'm talking about. Anybody, you can write in chat what value analysis I'm talking about. Make inferences on perceived values and create estimated value curves. What do you mean by value curves? This value curves itself in practical example, again, any XYZ company, maybe Hindustan Lever, Procter & Gamble, maybe soap category, maybe skincare, anything you take, it will take months and months to create value curves. Yes, if you have any problem, you can write in chat box. I will explain value curve. Otherwise, I'll move forward, because repeatedly I'm telling you that marketing analytics is very vast. So do you want me to put some light on value curves? You can write in chat box, or else I can move forward. Shall I explain what is value curves? Because value curves, again, you have to have, again, strategists in your organization. So, okay, I'll explain value curves. Value curves is actually, it's a tool which your strategic man. Okay, Dr. Pooja is writing that, ma'am, please explain value curves. Okay, I'll explain value curves. Value curves is a homework. Please catch my words. Value curves is a homework which is only given to a strategic manager. Now you will ask, ma'am, who is manager? Manager simple cannot do value curves. This person is a strategic manager who actually uses this tool and analyze that what kind of value my brand is creating and what kind of value my competitor's brand is creating. And then you match, and then you make a curve. Okay, my curve is going down. I am giving quality. I'm giving these benefits, but it is not creating value. Fine. Dr. Anjali is also asking of this value curves. So try to understand how my product is positioned and perceived, and how my competitor's product is positioned and perceived. And then I make curves. This is based on, I have written current market norms. Fine, I hope I am clear. And then you talk about competitive analysis, using perceptual mapping for competitive analysis. Again, don't consider this competitive. I know the meaning, dictionary meaning. I know competitive analysis means analyzing competitor. No, you have to see that this is the red ocean strategies. These are the blue ocean strategies. My some product lines. Again, see friends, I'm actually presuming that you know product line, product mix, product depth, product brand depth and everything. So what you have to see is that in competitive scenario analysis, how brands are stacked one by one, and in that stack, either I am at the lower part, middle part, or upper part. And if I'm at the lower part, why? Again, understand perceptual mapping. If I'm at the middle part, why? Again, let me tell you, I was talking to one of the executive of IMRB, Indian Market Research Bureau, and they said there are n number of companies who are actually throwing money for what? To just understand. For example, I have just created an example. I will not give you the true example because I should not disclose that who are their clients. For example, let's say LG, maybe LG is throwing money to any research company that I want graph for every week. If my product came to second position, why? If my product came to first position, why? So you have to see competitive analysis also, and there can be 100 reasons. Airtel once defined that all of a sudden their sales started increasing in Calcutta. They were shocked why their sales started increasing in Calcutta. They never did anything new, according to them. They just started searching. They started researching. Their entire executives were put on this research that why their sales increased. And the shocking thing was, during that time, Durga Puja was going on in Calcutta, and their ad was in regional language, and this turned up. Now you can understand what is perception. I mean, you have not done anything according to you, but that was perception of customer, and their sales started increasing. So you have to see perceptual mapping again. And the third thing is innovative opportunity. You don't have to sit idle. Even if you are leader, please think of this, that your USP should become your strategic advantage. Otherwise, new people will come from the back and find, what is the worst part with Indian marketeer? They have a very bad habit of thinking wrong. They think there is no such stage as declining stage. And if it is, there is a stage called declining stage in PLC, at least their brand will not die or their brand will not decline. This is the worst thinking of our marketeers. And the best example is BPL. Understand, I'm extremely sorry that when we professors of marketing, we always say that it was a Lala type company. The reason was that they never thought of changing their technology. When LG came at the threshold, LG was there to enter Indian market, and people were so brand loyal to BPL. At that time also, brand loyals, they had tears in the eyes. Try to understand, it is a humorous appeal which I'm making. Tears in the eyes means they were so brand loyal that they said, are you coming up with the new technology? We don't want to leave you. But at the end, they just took their hands away from BPL. Why? Because all these South Korean conglomerates, they were entering the Indian market. So you have to analyze. I'm using the word analyze. You have to analyze for what? For perceptual mapping, value analysis, competitive analysis, and innovation opportunity analysis. Fine. If you have any doubt, you can write in chat box. I will explain. Now let us come to the next slide. Perceptual mapping, the benefit of visualizing your competitive landscape. Try to understand. I have done blue marketing strategies. See, after all, you cannot take any decision taken like this in uncertainty. You can understand. I have already given you example of Pepsi, or maybe Vaseline talcum powder, or maybe Onida, who has been shouting like anything, neighbors envy, owners pride. Where is neighbors envy and where is owner's pride? Neither we want to feel pride, not we are envy that our neighbor is having Onida. Fine. Try to understand. So we have to visualize competitive landscape, that this is the data. This is the marketing data. Fine. And what I have to do is, I have to understand this data to understand my company's market position, strengthen that market position. If there are weaknesses, I have to remove that weaknesses. And finally, I have to land up with marketing strategies. Now the question comes, how to build perceptual maps? Very easy. These 4 steps you can see and you will find, oh, very easy. But this actually is a proper work of months and months for companies. If some executives are there, they can very well write in a chat box. Yes, choosing the determinant attributes. Number of times we in the sense organization fail on the first step. You cannot choose the determinant attribute. I am taking one standard example, and till my end of this slide, I will be using the same example. For example, breakfast cereals. My attribute may be, as sir was saying, Kellogg was the complete failure. Let me complete that example. Kellogg was failure, and there was only two ways in front of Kellogg: either leave the Indian market or find out why. And all marketing people and all others also, I'm intimating, I do not firmly believe in quantitative research. Please catch my words. I do not firmly believe in quantitative research. The reason is quantitative research will land up you somewhere, agree. But why of any research, why of consumer behavior research is always in qualitative research. Why का जो answer मिलता है वो qualitative research में मिलता है. So back to my example, Kellogg thought of doing a survey that we will not leave Indian market. What is so different with this Indian consumers? And they were shocked. They were shocked that Indian people were habitual of taking paranthas, bread jam, bread omelette in the breakfast. Again, there were only two reasons. See, this is the decision tree: either to leave Indian market or change the perception. Again, the word perception has come. Change the perception of Indians. They said it is very easy. We'll do such a perceptual mapping. And friends, I don't have to say anything. The answer is in front of you. Long back in 2006, we were sitting somewhere and we thought, see, one day will come when they will say that eat Kellogg's and lose weight. And I think we were right. I would have written case study at that point of time. We are absolutely right. They have started saying those were the time when they were not able to, place their product brand in the market. And now everyone is habitual of Kellogg's. Why? Because they have started saying that it will reduce weight also. This is perceptual mapping, because you don't want taste now. So you have to select the attribute. Nutrition should be attribute. Taste should be attribute. Weight loss should be attribute. Price should be attribute. Quality should be attribute. गलत attribute लेकर perceptual mapping करोगे तो misleading maps बनेंगे. और misleading maps कहाँ लेके जाएंगे, you can understand. So this itself is a very big task. I'm coming to that, how you do this. So choosing the determinant attributes is a major task in front of marketeer. Then you conduct a survey, make questionnaire, fine. Then you rank the brands accordingly and do perceptual mapping. Quite number of times I'm really little bit, I would say, sad with the researchers that they are behind tools. Don't worry, perceptual mapping is nothing. Word में भी बना सकते हो, Excel में भी बना सकते हो. The thing is, किस चीज से बनाओगे? I keep on shouting that I'll today make Shahi Paneer or maybe pulao or something like that. But whether I know how to make it, fine. So, okay. Dr. Anjali is writing, ma'am, what are misleading maps? Okay, Anjali, ma'am, I'll give you a short explanation on this. Misleading map is, for example, there is a perceptual distortion in the market. Perceptual distortion, like take anything. I'll take example. I'm not taking brand name. I'm taking example of honey. That taking honey can reduce your 10 kg weight, or taking honey can make your skin glow. Okay, I'll take this. Taking honey can make your skin glow. And being my competitor has said this, I have also started saying this. Ma'am, this is a misleading map. Misleading map. Why? Because your competitor has started advertising his or her honey on the basis of weight loss or on the basis of skin care, and you are also behind that. So there was a distortion. But whether this distortion was applicable or taken or received by the consumer, that you have to study. And if yes, start doing that also, but in a very different way. And a differentiation. So don't make misleading maps only on the basis of what competitor is doing. Whether your product is demanding that, because you have your perception and your competitor's product has different perception. So I hope I am clear. Misleading maps can be because of perceptual defense, perceptual distortion, even stimulus generalization. For example, you enter in a department store and you saw a blue, I would say, liquid lying out there, and you just catch up that. and finally you come at home and you say, oh my God, this is not Listerine, this is Mistrine. This is one name I have created. I'm sorry, there is no brand like Mistrine. But I mean, you actually, that was a misleading map which was created. Okay, fine. And this was, one thing is there, this can be beneficial sometimes when stimulus generalization is taken in a very different way by the customer. कभी कभी धोखे में आकर हो सकता है कि वो मी टू में चल जाए. I was in Kathmandu and I was shocked, as we have Pragati Maidan here where we organize exhibitions. There we have Brikati Mandap, and at that time King Rule was there in Nepal. So we were celebrating 55th birthday of King Majesty, and there was an exhibition, and I was shocked by the name which was written over fascia, Podrej, which was a misleading name of Godrej. And people were buying like anything. So try to understand, in marketing, anything can work out, but you have to be very careful that misleading map, generally we should not. Fine. So you conduct a survey, you rank the brands accordingly, and you design the perceptual maps. Now approach one says, conduct qualitative research on what aspect of product service should be included in the survey. Again, you have to do qualitative research. Number of times my student, my colleagues, we share, is perception measurable? I really asked this question in interview also. Can we study perception, measure perception? Very difficult. But yes, we have to have some scale, maybe bipolar scale. Again, I'm telling you, friends, that's why I told you research is very vast, marketing analytics is very vast. In our part 2, definitely we'll try to discuss these things. Bipolar, I'll tell you, it is semantic differential scales. You have ugly and you have beautiful. In between, you can have so many things. High nutrition, low nutrition. Again, breakfast cereals. I told you I'll take one standard example so that it is convenient for me and you also to understand. Fine, and make you people understand. So bipolar scales you take, and then you start your survey. So you have to be very careful. Now, when I'm saying bipolar, you have to be careful which attribute of bipolar. I'm saying nutrition. At one end, it will be high nutrition. At other end, it will be low nutrition. If I'm saying taste, good taste, bad taste. Fine. Definitely, Priya, you will get slides and I am ready. See, this is the reason that we have to give to society back also. So I am available 24 hours with you. You can always ask for slides for many things. I'll share some Excels also with you, because in part 1, we cannot discuss anything. Otherwise, it is within seconds, you can make perceptual maps. But the only thing is, where is the data? Data has to be taken very carefully. So that's what I'm telling you. Attribute. One more thing I would like to discuss. In organizations where management is very strong, when I'm saying management, I mean you have experienced people, then they don't go for surveys. This is one thing I'm sharing with you people, because I have served industry. They don't go for surveys. They do like this. I still remember, and I copied them. Copied them means I'm still a learner. I was in industry. A wonderful example I'm discussing with you. I was too young, maybe 24, 25 years. And I was assistant manager marketing, and I was given responsibility that we are organizing exhibition in UP and only 2 cities, either in Lucknow or Kanpur. And everyone is with Kanpur, was with Kanpur. Yes, Kanpur is the industrial town of UP. We should organize exhibition there. I said, no, let me go there. I was there for 15 days, 7 days in Kanpur, 7 days in Lucknow. And I was all alone in my organization who said that let us organize exhibition in Lucknow, not in Kanpur, because though Kanpur is the industrial town, but Lucknow mein paisa hai. लखनऊ में लोगों के पास पैसा है, नवाबियत झलकती है. And I was very much right, and because of that I got lot of appreciation from my organization. But it was very risky also, because I actually within 7 days it is very difficult to understand the market and perception of people. So you have to be very careful. And once you have conducted the survey, compute correlations or run factor analysis. Why I'm saying factor analysis? Maybe it happens that I am still puzzled. Again, same example, breakfast cereal, whether I should take nutrition, whether I should take taste, whether I should take price, whether I should take quality, तो इससे अच्छा है एक फैक्टर एनालिसिस लगा के देख लेते हैं ताकि सामने आ जाए. कदम तो हमें फूक फूक के ही रखना है. We have to be very careful कि एक फैक्टर एनालिसिस लगाने से हमें पता चल जाएगा which factors are very important. Fine, is that clear? And then visual representation. Visual representation is very easy, very easy. Fine. Approach 2. See, let me please see approach 1. Then you will find the difference. Qualitative research on what aspect of product service should be included. Here it is. First thing is same, but see the third step. Compute some measure of difference between different products and brands. And I would also add, I'm sorry I have not written, but this has reminded me. Compute not only some measure of differences, but also point of parity, which is coming in my slide. Next slides. Fine. I have to see whether I am going to understand perception of people, Delhiites. I'm proper devising a research problem related to breakfast cereal on the basis of difference or on the basis of parity. Fine. This is perceptual mapping. Be careful. Homework has to be done in a very nice way, otherwise no company will hire you. Let me tell you why we thought of, I was just discussing with Professor Ghosh that what content we should put in part 1, and all of a sudden one of my student, he approached me. He's working with very good organization and he said, ma'am, please help me. I said, in what respect? He said, ma'am, my company has told me to make perceptual mapping and what is point of parity and what is point of difference. And I thought, yes, we should go for this only in our basics of marketing analytics. So we are coming with that point of parity and point of difference. Now you see my question to all of you. Okay, there is one question. What is free ride trap? Fine. What is free ride trap? Very good question. I'll put like this. I don't know how many of you understand Hindi. बचपन में हमें मुफ्त के झूले खाने में बहुत मजा आता था. मुफ्त के झूले मींस कि एक झूले वाला आया है, वी आर देयर, और फिर हम चाहते थे कि हम इस झूले से उतरे नहीं, हमें और झूले मिलते रहे. So now how I'm going to associate with marketing? Clinic enjoyed 70% of the market at one point of time. No shampoo was available, and when it came with second version, it was Clinic Plus. So that was Clinic, a very popular brand which positioned itself. There was a perception which was created in the market, and now they came out with Clinic Plus. Why? Because वो मुफ्त के झूले खाना चाहते थे. Free ride trap, very well explained by father of positioning, Ulrise and Jack Trout, as Mr. Ahmed also mentioned. No trap, free trap, power of brand name. So this is known as power of brand name. Sometimes you have maybe your brother who is commissioner of police or maybe a very renowned advocate, and you always want that you should be called uski's brother hai, uska sister hai. Same thing it happened with cleaning. But let me tell you, there are advantages, there are major disadvantages also. Again, it's a very good question which has been asked. It is related to perceptual mapping only. It can be disadvantageous. Why? Because if your second version does not works in the market, agar Clinic Plus गिर जाता तो Clinic को भी धक्का लगता. Fine, are you getting? अगर आप Clinic के बेसिस पे Clinic Plus निकाल सकते हो तो Clinic Plus के बेसिस पे Clinic भी गिर जाएगा मार्केट से. So try to understand free ride trap. Again, one of the word of perception only, very vast perceptual mapping. So you are raising question. Thankful to you people are raising question, and I'm explaining the concept side by side. Now my question is, am I clear what is free ride trap? You are reaping the benefits of a brand which is already successful brand of yours, and you want to take that name only, Clinic Plus. Fine, clear? Please write in chat box if I'm able to make you understand about free ride trap. Now the question comes, is it easy to map perception? Is it easy to map perception? I don't want to put so many slides out here. Filling with slide. Mapping perception means mapping the customer journey. Mapping perception means mapping the customer journey. अपनी journey का तो पता नहीं कहाँ से आए और कहाँ से जाना है, and we are mapping the customer journey and lakhs of customer. And you know what we call about India? India is rich in culture and subculture. You just cross one determinant of consumer behavior I'm taking. You cross one boundary and you will find another culture. So, and culture is an invisible hand. Culture is totally an invisible hand. Only one thing I have taken. So is it easy to map the customer journey? Yes, the companies who have spirit of mapping, and that's why the reason is that they are always in the top list of the organizations who are doing wonderful in the market. An example is Diet Coke and Coke Light. You know what happened? When Diet Coke was introduced by Coke people were all around the globe were so happy. Very good. We are diabetic. We are healthy. Now we can take, unke haath mein either bhi Diet Coke, either bhi Diet Coke. Okay, now let us start consuming Diet Coke. 100 Diet Cokes in one day. Try to understand. Again, I'm making humorous appeal. Diet Coke was introduced around the globe and it was a big success, but it was not introduced in Japan. It was not introduced in Japan. Hats off to these companies. Hats off. Really, they think of perception. You know what they studied? In Japan, Japanese women, especially Japanese women, they were dead against the word diet. They are actually dead against the word diet. And whenever this diet word is associated with any drink, they think it is more of a syrup or a medicine. So nothing was to change. No formula was to be changed. Drink wahi tha. Sirf perception jaan li, and they changed the name by Coke Light. So imagine they would have thought, kya hai yaar, har jagah Diet Coke introduce kar rahe hain, we can introduce Coke Light. No, it was not introduced. Diet Coke in one area, because Indians, for example, oh, very good, Diet Coke is there, now we can have 100 of bottles, and Coke Light in Japan. So that's what I'm telling you. This is one very small example I have quoted. Is this easy to map perception? Mapping customer journey related to perception is a very arduous task, I would say. This, you see, just see, put a glance for a while. Kya hai ye perceptual map? Aap kisi ko doge, what interpretation you want to do? I told you, don't be very scary. I'll tell you, within few seconds you can make perceptual map. But the thing is, if a cereal, that's why I was taking a standard example. If this cereal company has taken this low nutrition at one continuum and high nutrition at other, and let me explain. Let us assume that these are brands: Wheaties, Alpen, Coco Crunch, Weetabix. Kya pata chal raha isse? Kya pata chal raha hai? There lies the analytics of marketing. Even if you have collected the, I would say, survey, you have done the survey and you came out with two attributes, nutrition and taste. Now you can understand. For example, Alpen is moving towards high nutrition, maybe at near to 3, I would say, but good taste में भी वो उतना ही है. So they have to think of the market. Weetabix, you can see, it is good in taste, but nutrition, they have to still work. Now, for example, I have Wheaties as my brand. मैंने presume कर लिया. This Wheaties is my brand. Now you can understand I am at bad taste. So this map you have created after a long research. Now the thing is, what you are going to do with this long research? That your VT brand, this is my brand, for example, your VT brand is, I am taking pencil, let me take this and draw this VT brand I'm taking. Now you can understand what kind of homework I have to do. That I have taken so much of research, I have taken attributes, selected attributes very clearly, but what my brand is doing, where is my brand? ये तो बड़ा अच्छा सुंदर perceptual map है. Let me tell you, मैं एक perceptual map आप लोगों को white board लेकर बनाकर दिखाती हूँ. लेट मी सी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कोक पेप्सी का तो हमेशा ऐसे रहता है. ये कोक इसके बिल्कुल साथ जुड़ा हुआ पेप्सी, क्योंकि दोनों जो है वो टक्कर का मुकाबला कर रहे हैं. दे आर कंपीटिंग लाइक एनीथिंग. सो एट व्हाट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू आर गोइंग टू डू दिस, यू हैव टू बी वेरी क्लियर कि आपका ये वाला जो मैप है, इट इज ब्यूटीफुल इन द सेंस, ओके फाइन, यू कैन प्लेस, यू कैन पोजीशन. नाउ यू कैन सी परसेप्चुअल मैपिंग कि मेरे वाले ब्रांड को तो बैड टेस्ट की तरफ डाला हुआ है, एंड न्यूट्रिशन में भी ओके, आई एम सो फाइन. सो व्हाट नेक्स्ट इज हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड परसेप्चुअल मैप्स. Very difficult. Again, I'm telling you, everything is difficult. You have many things. I have seen people who have only 2 dishes at their house, but when their guest comes, they present like anything, just to create a perception in the mind of guests that they have been served and they have been honored like anything. Whereas I've seen people who have 100 dishes prepared, but still they're not able to make good presentation. So here lies the crux. I'm just giving you layman example again to make you people understand. Check reality. What kind of reality you want to check? Don't run away. Don't run away. I told you, Indian marketers, they run away from the reality. What kind of reality you have to check? That how the target consumers actually perceive the various offerings and position. You keep on shouting that this product is going to reduce my weight. Keep on shouting. I'm not perceiving that. I am seeing something very डिफरेंट हो सकता है कोविड के टाइम में मैं फ्लेक्स कॉर्नफ्लेक्स को भी सीरियल्स को भी देख रही हूं मेरी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ा दे क्या करूं हालात ऐसे हो गए जिसने मेरी परसेप्शन चेंज कर दी दैट एवरी वे आई एम सीइंग इम्यूनिटी toothpaste they are talking about immunity honey they are talking about immunity many people are talking only about immunity so I have to see whether various offerings देखो हमेशा generic की बात करो let me tell you one thing brand पीछे पहले generic I'm not taking brand name honey perceived like this okay I have also conflicts how it will be perceived this and then you talk about brand always start with generic marketing always says start with generic and then come to potential and augmented don't shout off anything which is not understandable by the customer वैसे ही कष्ट से मरा हुआ है because lot many bombarding क्यों नहीं कष्ट से मरा I am raising please do write in chat box this is a question very interesting question I want to put we all are under dilemma इधर से गिलोय खा रहे हैं रामदेव की इधर से we are taking डाबर की गिलोय इधर से we are taking amla juice to improve immunity either say we are taking tulsi this thing so that means we are actually bombarded with the information because scenario has changed and this is the reason but marketeer ko ye galti nahi karni chahiye he has to check the reality whether what is the various offerings which have been perceived by the consumer and in what way then impact of campaigns recent marketing campaigns I have done is there any change or else I have to change my marketing mix. Please be careful. I have to change my marketing mix or my impact has brought any change. Monitor new products. आप PLC के आगे पहुंच गए आप अपने पीछे तो देखिए जो नए लोग आने हैं they are positioning themselves into a very different way. See, I still remember, forget about COVID, go back to 6 years, 7 years back, Chyawanprash came in the market, Sona Chandi. अगर सोना चांदी च्यवनप्राश था why we never thought of taking that सोना चांदी होता तो we would have there is a सोना चांदी अभी पहनने को तो मिलता नहीं सोना चांदी च्यवनप्राश में क्या करेगा so try to understand we never thought of it was a complete failure nobody thought of Shah Rukh Khan was the brand ambassador no not required Sona Chandi we never thought of to be perceived as a very good offering for Chyawanprash Amla makes sense and today also Amla is making sense where Dabar has again changed the ad because of COVID that Amla gives you Thandakman and it raises your immunity. So try to understand and monitor competition. Of course, I talked about value curves. I talked about competition also. Then look for gaps. Yes, gap analysis you have to look. Perceive. Thoda sa main agar piche jaati hu, please see this one. You look for gaps. That what is the gap between Coco Crunch and Alpen? What is the gap between Alpen, Coco Crunch? Coco Crunch is very high in nutrition and Wheaties. So you have to identify the gaps. Understand your segment. If you're not able to understand your segment, there is no reason of, prevailing in the market. If you're not able to understand, this is the reason I told you the basics of you cannot start marketing analytics until and unless you understand segmentation, targeting, and positioning and track preference changes. Yes, don't sit in the, like that rabbit who was thinking that tortoise is very slow and he will not compete with the rabbit. And that rabbit slept. No, environmental factors which are uncontrollable factors plus controllable factors which are there in your hand, like all 4 marketing mix in traditional marketing of product and 7 P's in services. So you have to track preference changes and what to look for. What to look for? Positioning. Alrise and Jack Trout were in India and you won't believe they said everyone is doing positioning. You go for interview, you are doing positioning. 2 minutes mein jo positioning kar gaya, wo apna job le gaya. Same thing is there in the market also. So what you are looking for? I am looking for perceptual mapping. The reason is that I have to do positioning. and whether perceptual mapping, does it reflects its positioning goal? उस perceptual mapping को आप conduct ही मत कीजिए ना. You don't have ample of time. Why you are wasting time? You, in the sense, I'm talking about organizations. What is the reason of wasting time? If you are not able to find out your positioning goals, I am doing perceptual mapping. For what reason you are doing perceptual mapping? You have to be very clear about your positioning goals. Fine. Are the firms positioned too closely together? Stimulus, generalization, me too. Oh, you just want to land up in the market and you said me too, inverted commas, मैं भी आ गया. अरे आ गया तो क्या हुआ? आप कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. आप me too बन के रह जाओगे और चिल्लाते रहोगे. 25-30 साल से जावेद जाफरी is shouting. For what? For Maggie ketchup, it is different. And we as a customer said, keep on shouting. You know, keep on shouting. Kisan, again by Hindustan Lever at that time, it entered in the market and it is doing very well. You know, Hans is doing very well. And Maggie ketchup is still shouting, it is different. You don't have to shout. Your brand don't have to shout. Let customers shout, it is different. And this is the reason you have not done perceptual mapping. You have not analyzed the data of your target segment. You have not analyzed what kind of offerings we are looking for in a ketchup. So you have to position yourself by seeing the perceptual mapping. What gaps are existing? That gaps were filled by Kisan. That gaps were filled by Hans, which is very expensive also. But see, you don't have to shout, it's different. Has any of the product position altered significantly? Have you altered any position? Lifebuoy, the best example, I would say. Some brands have created history in the market when there was an indication to the Lifebuoy that leave the market, ye sirf haath dhone ke liye reh gaya hai, and Lifebuoy was taken out from the market because perception of people changed, that it is only should be used for washing hands. And after the repositioning is too difficult, friends. I'm telling you, repositioning again requires perceptual mapping, because आप कोई पुराना दाग लेकर उतरे हो और उस दाग को मिटाना है, इसलिए repositioning कर रहे हो. It is not always that repositioning will be successful. So you have to alter your product significantly. Again, perceptual mapping is required. Here comes, I was talking about point of difference and point of parity. Both are opposite in nature. Balance ही नहीं हो पाता. मैं थोड़ा सा drawing करके दिखाती हूँ. Please try to understand. Okay, I'll make horizontally. So see, I'm not able to make a straight line. Sometimes ये point of parity ऐसे होता है और point of difference ऐसे होता है. मजा तो तब आए जब ये straight line हो and both are in between. This makes sense. I don't know how many of you are getting. I will explain. So balancing point of parity or point of difference में sometimes you have point of parity as a upcoming factor, and sometimes you have point of difference as a upcoming factor. Be careful. The first refers to difference and the other refers to similarity. Why we have what to emphasize? Tell me what to emphasize. I, being a marketeer, I have served industry. Many times I used to think point of difference ko highlight karu ya point of parity ko. I'll make more clear. For example, in a breakfast cereal, again standard example. I'm not leaving this example. For example, in breakfast cereal, now I've seen that Kellogg's has also said weight loss. I'm coming out with a factor that it will sharp your mind. Okay, fine. That I will take. It will sharpen your mind. So try to understand. Now I'm thrusting on point of difference. Point of parity, I would have said, yes, it also leads to weight loss, but keeping your energy. So you have to be very careful. Half of the R&D department of Hindustan Unilever is working on which next soap. There are so many soaps in the market, and if I say there are 50 soaps in the market, I think 45 are from Hindustan Unilever. Their R&D department is working on the same. Why? Because not even a single attribute and feature is left. Jasmine, it is there. Almond oil, it is there. Sandalwood, it is there. My suggestion to Hindustan Unilever, put desi ghee, but you should know how to position that. I'm telling you, it will work. Tell them that not even a single mosquito will come, or this COVID virus will not attack, and put desi ghee in that. I'm telling you, Indians will buy. but you should know how to map their perception and how to position that. Fine. So if you want to be, when the firm is a me too competitor, पॉइंट ऑफ पैरिटी चलते जाओ, हो सकता चल जाए, ऐसी बात नहीं है, मार्केट चल रही है, बहुत सारे ब्रांड्स चल रहे हैं, बट इफ यू वांट टू बी मार्केट लीडर तब आपको शोभा नहीं देगा, इट विल नॉट सूट यू. आप, यू आर किंग ऑफ द मार्केट, यू आर मार्केट लीडर, एंड मार्केट चैलेंजर एंड मार्केट फॉलोअर इज फॉलोइंग यू. So you have to be very clear that here point of parity will not work. Again, I'm recalling, I'm not leaving my connection with perceptual mapping analytics. I'm telling you, you have data in front of you, don't know what to do. Half of the problem, our strategic managers are facing this only. I have data. Now I have to see, being a market leader, if I'll go with point of parity, I will fall like anything in few months. But I have to go with point of difference. Third thing, when the firm enters an established and mature market, again it is, you have to see what the likelihood of switching is relatively lower. So point of difference is required to break the habitual loyalty. I'm sorry, friends, if given a choice, I will remove this word from the books. I'm sorry. I'm saying this, I'm sorry, because you people are also academicians. There is no word like loyalty in the market, but this is book word. But I'm telling you, agar aap leader ho and you are prevailing in a mature market, you have to break habitual loyalty. Break it. And if you are able to break it, tab manenge ki oh yes, you are ruling the market. You have broken the habitual loyalty. Our parents' place, we were very habitual of BPL. I gave you example. It is still there as a box only we have kept. But we were so habitual. I mean, our father was never agreeing with this, that we have to buy LG or maybe Samsung or something other. He was so loyal. Nahi, BPL chal raha hai na, chal raha hai, cha thappad maar ke chal raha hai. Matlab thappad marna in the sense like we are tapping on the top of the TV. So try to understand. Mature markets means more difficult task. Mature market, habitual, loyal customer. New market, you can mold the customer. Again, your perceptual mapping is little different. And when the firm is a fast growing market, now it is not mature, fast growing market, start with point of parity. Now see the strategies I've given to you. Perceptual mapping first, me too, then market leader, point of difference, mature market, point of difference, fast growing market, point of parity. Fine. Next is again target market, where firm already offers multiple product. There are so many players in the market. You have to do risk of cannibalization of sales. Here what will do? Point of parity will not do, because there are already multiple products prevailing in the market. Ye wala oil laga lo, ye wala oil laga lo, ye wala oil laga lo. Now Kesh King is doing very well, and sorry, Kesh Kanti is doing very well, and Indulekha is doing very well. Fine, because there is point of difference, and they are giving some I would say authenticity, I would say, or some association that definitely within few weeks your hairs will start growing, because multiple products are there in the market. So you have to position, and for that position you have to understand perceptual mapping, that people don't want to lose their hairs. And and one more thing, in a relatively price sensitive market, again you have to plank on point of difference. So try to understand, it is not difficult. Lot of homework is required for perceptual mapping. Now my question comes, how this decision comes? The only answer is perceptual mapping. If you want, I can show you slide again. Ye itna sara jo humne kiya, how these decisions are going to come? They are only going to come just through perceptual mapping. And when you will go ahead with perceptual mapping, you will get USP, which we shout in our classes and tell our student, you know, unique selling proposition. Let me tell you, you can only have unique selling proposition when you are able to do perceptual mapping, and then it will be very easy to position your brand. Very easy. Fine. So this was all from my side. We have covered perceptual mapping. I have tried to make the base for perceptual mapping. Any question? Okay, Ritu is asking, can we use discriminant analysis? Yes, Ritu. I'll give you one example. Very good, very good. You are moving towards analytics and research. I told you, you can do factor analysis. बहुत सारे attributes हो गए. You are not able to find out. Okay, do factor analysis. Discriminant analysis is very much used. Ritu, you just give me your email ID also. I'll just give you the link of one paper where perceptual mapping is done with the help of discriminant analysis, what we'll do is I'll give you example. For example, I have to study 3 group of people who are using 3 brands of soaps or 3 brands of cream. What I'll do is I'll just find out the difference. When I'll find out the difference of what perception related to brand A of group, brand B, brand C, then I'll find out which is the most important variable, and then I'll map that variable. Then my work will start. Now understand what kind of homework I have to do. It is not an easy task. Attribute को लाने के लिए मैं discriminant analysis करूंगी. कैसे करूंगी मैं discriminant analysis? 3 ग्रुप्स को ब्रांड दे दिया, उनको स्टडी किया, उनके differences I have sorted out, and now I'm saying कौन सा variable is the most important variable which has changed the perception of groups, and that will become my base of perceptual mapping. Hope I am clear, Ritu? Hope I am clear? You can write in chat box. Any other question? Please, you can raise the question. Any other question? Yes, please write in chat box. Any other question you have? So perceptual mapping can be done through core. Achal, you can write, oh, so okay, Swati is writing situation such perceived to how right are you? Know you if customer with quarrel with deal to how. I think there's something wrong with the question. I'm not able to get situation such perceived to how right are you? Know you if customer with quarrel will deal to how. I think there is some typing mistake. That sentence formation is not able to, I'm not able to understand. Situation, Swati, can you write again? I'm happy to answer your question. Please write again. Situation such perceived to how right are you? Know you if customer with quarrel with deal to how. I'm not getting. I'm extremely sorry. I'm not getting your question. Please write again. Right are you? Know you if mean I. I don't know. I'm not able to. Get your question. You want to say that customer is perceiving you how right my product is? Is that so? You can write in chat box yes or no, then I'll answer. Situation such perceived to how right are you? Wait, ma'am. Okay, I'm waiting, Swati. I'm waiting. Meanwhile, others can ask the question. Okay. Yes, Swati, you can raise your hand also and you can join face to face. I'll try to give answer to your question once I'll get your question. I think Swati is typing, yeah, because she has written, wait, ma'am. Any other question from participants? Meanwhile, Swati is typing the question. I can discuss something with the participants. As we have Monday, we have kept only for assignments and question and answer. You can raise as many questions as you can regarding perceptual mapping. Fine, we'll start because this is the first step. We cannot read B, C, D unless and until we know what is A. So that's why in our part 1, we have covered what transformation this analytics has brought, then a few examples by Mr. Amit, then Mr. Ahmed also discussed about positioning, and then finally we landed up to first step, that is perceptual mapping. So we want you people, as tomorrow is Sunday, that understand perceptual mapping of product of your choice. I'm not saying brand, I'm saying product of your choice. Monitor the players in the market related to that product. Okay, I want to speak. Swati is saying she wants to speak. So monitor the players in the market, find out the point of difference and point of parity among these players, and list out USP of major players. Again, we will put this question in your mailbox. We'll send you. Absolutely, Veena ma'am. I agree with you. This is again a matter of perception, I would say. Due respect to your point, that point well taken out. But ABC Extra should have taken. Ma'am, let me tell you, I understand because we have all academicians and practitioners here. But in our target segment of this marketing analytics, we have people who have just landed up in the market. And let me tell you, up till now, our Indian system is that we read theory more, but theory is the base. Let me tell you, theory is the base. Let us recall first segmentation, targeting, positioning we thought of, and definitely part 2 is full of practical, ma'am. We are working on that. Part 2 is full of that. We'll definitely take care of this. Yes, Swati.
Yes, a very good evening, ma'am. I have a question.
Good evening, Swati.
Can you hear me? ma'am?
You're on.
Yes.
I have a question. Like, if I am having a clinic and I had a quarrel with a client, and I know that I am right, and they also know that I am providing them a high quality treatment as well as product, but we had a quarrel, unfortunately. So how to deal with such situations?
You have given the answer. You have a quarrel. Have you ever thought what is the reason of quarrel? Have you ever thought what is the reason of quarrel? That is the answer. I'll tell you. I landed up in a mall and we were very hungry. It was 8 o'clock, me, my husband and my son. And we ordered paneer roll. After we were so hungry, after 1 hour, try to understand, after 1 hour, a roll came, which was full of vegetable, but not paneer. And we had a quarrel. And then I analyzed, and today I use this as a case in my marketing class. I think one of my student is also here, pass out student. He must be knowing. And then I really thought neither I was wrong nor that person was wrong. I was, as a customer, being king of the market, I really ordered paneer roll. After waiting for 1 hour, I'm not getting paneer roll. And that person, he didn't let me go away because he thought last customer hai, kuch to dena hai. Small chunks paneer ke dal diye to show, ma'am, you are wrong. It is paneer roll. I know paneer roll is full of paneer, but there were small chunks. So Swati, I would rather say, what is the reason of quarrel? है ना, सर्विसेज में हो आप, सर्विसेज का गैप यही कहता है, वेयर आइडेंटिफाई वेयर लाइज द गैप, योर एक्सपेक्टेशन एंड कस्टमर परसेप्शन और योर परसेप्शन एंड कस्टमर एक्सपेक्टेशन.
But
हो सकता है customer was expecting something.
But the question is, ma'am, that because of the COVID-19, the situations are entirely changed. So we cannot apply what we are applying earlier. So we cannot deal with so many patients.
See. Agreed.
And
Fully agreed.
She wants the full time as I was providing her earlier for the treatment, and that is not possible. Also, the charges increased a bit. So how to deal with such situations? Because once she go out of from
my first slide said this. Yeah, my first slide said this, that it is actually understanding the customer, and understanding the customer is a very arduous, difficult task. They will not understand COVID. I would say. So what you have to do is you have to change. The entire session was this: you have to change the perception of sir or ma'am. Try to understand. It is for your safety. See, you have to place. Are you getting? Perception is always in the mind of customer. बैटल ही तो है, ये बैटल थी. ये बैटल मैं क्वारल वाली बात नहीं कर रही. ये बैटल कहाँ चल रही थी? आपके दिमाग की और उसके दिमाग की. आप उसके दिमाग में बिठाना चाहते थे, मैम, दिस इज नॉट अ सिचुएशन वेयर वी कैन गिव यू फुल फ्लेज सर्विसेज. बट वो चाहता था, आई एम अ कस्टमर, आई एम रेडी टू पे एंड आई वांट ऑल फुल फ्लेज सर्विसेज व्हिच वर गिवन टू मी. So you have to make customer understand. You have to change their perception. Fine. उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? If you start speaking to customer like this, he will not understand. अगर understand करना होता ना, तो COVID अपने आप में इतना खतरनाक नाम था. उसको अपने आप understand हो जाता. So what you have to do is what is going on in the mind of customer. And let me tell you, it is not bookish. I have done practical also. Industry I have served. वो सबसे अच्छा मार्केटियर माना जाता है जो अभी प्रेजेंटली कस्टमर का आंसर दे रहा है प्रेजेंट क्वेश्चन का, लेकिन तुरंत पता होता है इसका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है. दिस इज रीडिंग परसेप्शन. बहुत मुश्किल है स्वाति. इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड द परसेप्शन ऑफ कस्टमर एंड देन राइटिंग गिविंग द राइट आंसर, बिकॉज कस्टमर के लिए कुछ भी राइट नहीं है. कुछ भी राइट नहीं है उसके लिए. तो वो कोविड अगर समझ जाता तो राइट हो जाता, बट दैट कस्टमर इज नॉट रेडी टू अंडरस्टैंड. You have to find out. Ex customer, Very simple to make him understand. वो चला गया डर के. Why customer? Not ready to move. Really looking for full-fledged services. Fine. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any other question? Thank you, Swati. Thank you so much. Any other question?
No, ma'am, I don't see any question in the chat box, and you have handled so many questions already. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay.
Thank you so much
Huh.
for such a power-packed session and sharing your in-depth knowledge on consumer perception. So
Thank you so much,
so
Neha.
very much,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Yes. I hope our participants have learned a lot from it. Thank you so very much. Thank you everyone for joining. We look forward to see you at our next session on Monday, that is 27 July, sharp at 5 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you to all participants.
Neha, you please inform that we will share the PPT today, tonight
sir.
itself, so that they can prepare their assignment that has been given.
So, dear participants, we'll be sharing all the PPTs and all the material with you over tonight itself, so that you guys can prepare yourself for the assignments that are due to be done in the next class, which is the next session on Monday. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good night.